Have you ever had the thought, how am I going to stand out in such a crowded marketplace? There's so many different businesses, so many different limo companies offering the same exact services I do in my market. How do I get to the point to where I'm just not always competing on price? And how do I make myself known and unique in a crowded market? So in this video, I'm going to go over the things that you need to be doing as an operator, whether you do $100,000 a year or $5 million a year. These are some recommendations no matter the size of your business, because I guarantee all of you have at some point asked yourself this question. And by the end of the video, you're going to have an idea of some simple things you can do that will make a huge difference in the long-term value of your business. So how did this all come about? Actually, I'm shooting this video pretty off the cuff. So yesterday I got into a little back and forth on Facebook, and the thread was all about somebody asking about help with their marketing. And then people started talking about how, online marketing could be very competitive, especially on search ads. And, you're just going to be competing with however many other businesses, and there's just no money in it because you're competing with so many different people. However, how could you ever make any money? And so this is a very commonly held belief by most limo companies. And specifically, they were concerned that, hey, all these operators are running ads in the same market, looking, targeting the same sorts of clients. And so first off, with search ads, people are searching mostly the same things, right? They might be searching for car service to SeaTac Airport, or limo service to ATL Airport, or Atlanta Airport car service, right? Or airport transportation, airport private shuttle. These are things that people search all over the US. And I would say there's probably 20 to 30 searches that some combination of those searches make up 90% of the black car type searches for this industry. So it's inevitable that you're going to be competing with other companies. And I don't care what industry you're in. This is a thing no matter your industry. If it's a common service that you offer, you're going to have competition in any decent sized market. So the question shouldn't be, why should I even advertise? It's okay, well, what can I do to stand apart? And so this is something that it's not in human nature to want to do that, right? We have it in our nature to want to just kind of be like everyone else, right? But if you just copy what everyone else is doing, you're just going to get average results, right? Because everyone's doing it and most people get average results, and average isn't very good. So I'm going to make some recommendations, but keep in mind, these recommendations are not based on me thinking, okay, I would always give these recommendations no matter your industry, no matter what. These recommendations are based on me looking at, or I've probably viewed thousands of websites and pages of transportation businesses, bus companies, limo, party bus, you name it. And there's a couple things that I've noticed. Number one, they all look very similar. Okay, so that's the first thing. Don't look like everyone else. And that's kind of like an easy thing for me to say, right? You're like, what does that even mean? How do I not look like everyone else? Well, most of you have already chosen your company name. If you haven't yet, here's what I recommend. Don't use words like prestige, elite, executive. There's probably 24 or so very, very common sorts of words that are used for transportation. And by the way, most of my clients have these names, and I am not knocking anyone who's got a business name like that. Because the truth is, most people are going to, especially when they get into something, they're going to copy until they've been in something long enough, and then they try to figure out something that's unique, right? But when you're just learning business, really, maybe not copying, but using as inspiration other names, that's the way to go, right? But that's the unfortunate thing about a business name is it's one of those things that, of course, you can change it. How long have you had it? How well known are you? It might not be worth it. But what if you were called Bozo's Limos? That sounds nuts, right? Like clown? It's weird. It's memorable. And that's what you want. You want memorable, right? What isn't memorable? Executive elite transportation or elite luxury transportation, right? It's just not memorable. And so think of something unique. Maybe it's your initials. We work with a company where it's his initials. And I don't know any other company named that. And so even if the name to you sounds weird, good. If nobody else has that name, good. Be different, right? Stand out. Okay, so another thing I've noticed, and I think I mentioned this on a previous video, but when I started, offering marketing services to this industry, I did lots of cold calling, and I found that it was very hard to figure out who actually owned the limo company or the bus company or whatever. And eventually I'd find it, but it was not easy to find who that was, right? So there's all these faceless companies, and let me tell you something. It's 2025. We are in the age, and we've been in it for a while, of social media, of personal branding, of people wanting to know who they are working with. Now, it's not as bad as marketing agencies. For us, it's very important to kind of have a face behind your brand, to create content, because we probably have, we're just above lawyers, or maybe just below them in like the least trusted professions, right? But what you'll notice if you search around online, just search, bus charters near me, or search limo service near me, or bus rentals near me, airport limo service near me. And I want you to go to like 5 or 10 websites. Tell me, is there an About Us page? If there's an About Us page, I would be very surprised if you would find anyone's name. And that's pretty much industry wide. I would say probably less than 5% have that. And probably less than 1% actually have a photo or video of the owner, the chauffeurs. So a client of mine in Seattle, SUV Seattle Services, his name's Armando. I brought him up before, but anyways, check out his website. Go to suvseattleservices.com. Anyways, check out the video he did. So I spoke with him, I believe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and he was mentioning wanting to do, some videos because he had spoken with another client of ours in New Orleans about kind of, doing exactly what I'm talking about here, right? How do I stand apart, right? How do I build a brand, right? Because, and that's probably for somewhat of another video, but that's what we're talking about here, right? Building a brand something that makes you unique, right? Something that makes you less of a commodity. And so when I spoke with him, he mentioned wanting to, have a video on his landing page. And I said, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And so we got that set up for him. You'll be visiting his website. But my point in saying all this is check out the video. Okay. And so what he did is in the video, he introduces himself. And mind you, you'll notice when you watch the video, English is not his first language, right? So for those of you watching this where English is your first language, you have no excuses, okay? Like this guy, he went out, he found a videographer, right? He got his chauffeurs in there. Now, I believe, or I need to speak with him about, I think the video is incredible. I love it. It'd be even better, I think, if each chauffeur just said, hey, I'm, looking forward to serving you. But honestly, very, very high marks. That was his first try, by the way. Very, very high marks. And now when someone lands on that page, right, they see that he's the owner, general manager, and now they've put a face to his business, right? Most of these names people see online are, first off, not memorable. And there's never any face associated with any of these limousine businesses. I'm telling you all, that is going to be it's been the value. If you want your business if you want to become a brand, more than just a commodity, charging commodity rates, if you want to bring down your client acquisition cost, right? How much does it cost you to acquire a client? And it's relatively easy to figure this out, right? Because let's say you're doing online advertising and you're getting, 30 new clients a month and you're spending $3,000 a month. So it costs $100 per client you acquire. Okay, if you make a video, put it on your website, if you start posting on social media, and I mean very frequently, so on Facebook, Instagram, it's actually very easy to post on every platform. Could probably do it within 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes at most. Even creating the content itself, right? It doesn't have to be something you overthink. It could be a selfie photo, right? It could be a photo of your vehicle sitting out in front of the airport. It could be, you name it, but something, right? Because over time, and that's for you small operators out there, right? You have no budget. What do I do, right? I'm, just starting out. I had a call the other day with a gentleman just starting out, wanted to run paid ads. And I told him, look, I would love to help you. But going from where you're at now to spending $3,000 a month on ads, I just didn't think that was the right thing for him. And what I told him was contact every affiliate in your city, every limo company you can find online. If they have a location, drive to their location, introduce yourself. Start meeting some affiliates, start trying to, get some affiliate work, and then post on social media. It's free to do, right? And you want everyone in your network, right? And you might say, well, Mark, I don't have a very big network. I don't have very many friends. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They have friends, right? So your network isn't just the people you know on social media. It's the people they know as well, right? And people love a story of someone starting a business, going for it, right? Most people anyways. And so post about it, right? And post frequently, because I promise you, people love to follow along on stuff like that, right? And if you post frequently enough, eventually they're going to remember you. And Maybe someone they know, needs to use your services and they're going to mention you, right? So these are all very similar things, right? So I'm talking about adding videos to your website, of, you yourself, the owner or general manager, your chauffeurs, right? And I'm not talking about a long video. I'm talking about maybe 10, 15 seconds. Each chauffeur just says, hey, I'm so-and-so. I look forward to serving you, right? Because what people are thinking is, what's it going to be like when I use this company? Are their chauffeurs going to be, are they going to be weird? Are they going to have strange vibes? That's how you set yourself apart. There's nobody doing that. I can't think of anyone, even the two guys I've mentioned, I don't think they do this. And look, I get it. Sometimes your chauffeurs, English might not be their first language, but watch Armando's video. He killed it. I promise you, if you start doing this, and I know this is going to work for the next several years because I very much doubt everyone's going to start doing this. Most people will not do this because I think many people are afraid of putting pictures, videos of themselves online, or there might be other reasons. I'm not sure, but I promise you that's holding you back. People want to see who they're working with, right? And they will remember you because when they're searching and they're going to different landing pages or websites and they're looking for a vendor, if you are the one that has, your chauffeurs, yourself, in very short videos, right? They don't care about your vehicles. Don't do these like long, elaborate, like aesthetic video sheets. People don't care about that. What they care about is who they're working with and who might their chauffeur be and what are they like, right? But very, very brief videos. People have short attention spans. I'm not saying don't have photos and videos of your vehicles. I think that, especially videos, is a great idea. But definitely, that if you do that, you completely set yourself apart, right? And then, yeah, of course, posting on social media, it's free to do, right? Now, if you're a bigger operator, you're doing 5 million a year. You're doing 1-2 million a year, whatever. You're doing 7 figures, right? I've got so many clients that spend very big money, many of them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on online advertising, but they don't have any good content on their social media. And I'm not saying run Facebook or Instagram ads. I'm not saying run paid social. I actually don't really like paid social, except for retargeting. I think retargeting is a no-brainer, right? And that's another reason why you want good content. But if you're spending, look, really, I think even if you're spending $3,000 a month on online advertising, I want you to start putting 5% of your yearly budget into content. So what does that look like? Okay, so you spend, let's say, $36,000 a year, right? So that's almost $2,000 a year. And so what does that look like? That's hiring a videographer / photographer twice a year to go in and shoot maybe like 50 to 80 candid shots. That very first shoot can be of like your vehicles, getting really good videos outside, inside, but then introducing yourself and your chauffeurs and putting those on your website, landing pages. And the beauty is you can use this stuff on all of your social platforms. It gives you something to post, right? And while it's better, I know I believe for most platforms, especially TikTok, if you manually post the content, I believe it gets better reach. Like there's software out there that you can set up like a posting calendar, right? And so it's not like you have to remember every day or hire someone to post every day, even though that's what we do internally, because the reach is so much better if we actually manually do it. But there's so many tools out there where you can preload months worth of content to automatically post. And so this video is getting kind of long, guys, but that conversation on that Facebook post really made me want to talk about this, because it's just very unfortunate that the commonly held belief is that you're just a commodity. All that matters is price. They will go with the cheapest person. What matters is over time building a brand, right? Brand is like the exact opposite of affiliate work, right? So there are two ends of a spectrum. Let's say all you do is affiliate work, right? You've been, let's say, in the business 10 years. All you do is affiliate work, right? Your business is worth zero, right? Zero. And then on the other side is brand. Let's say you do no affiliate work and you have like people know your brand in the city you're in, right? That has value. That has real value. But how do you build brand in 2025? I'm not saying I'm an expert at this, but what I do know is this: you have to be different. So if everyone else is doing something one way, do it differently, right? Don't just copy all of your competitors, because then you truly will be just a commodity. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys on next week's video.